What's up, Team Buckhouse? Johnathan Buckhouse here, and it is time for another resort review. This is a video series where we go to a brand new ski resort, we rip it, we have a great day there, then we come back to here and we review it, and I tell you who is this mountain for, but we also give it a score between 0 and 100. That way you can compare it to Colorado ski resorts, West Coast ski resorts, Midwest ski resorts. The whole idea of this video series is to maybe show you guys a new place to go on a vacation that's not an expensive Colorado, Brett, Keystone, Vale, Aspen resort, because maybe somewhere in Wisconsin or somewhere on the East Coast has everything you're looking for your trip. So that's why I love doing this resort review series. Now the way we're going to get the score from 0 to 100 is you guys smashing that subscribe button, and then when you go through 10 categories, each category getting a score from 0 to 10. 0 is not applicable, meaning they don't have it at all. 1 is terrible, 5 is average, and 10 is best in the world. And the resort that we are going to be reviewing today is none other than Sugar Mountain in North Carolina. This resort is actually impressive with 12,000 vertical feet, 125 skiable acres, and it was established in 1969. I had no idea that North Carolina had a mountain so big, so this is really cool. I can't wait to jump into this. Start with lift prices. How expensive is it to come to Sugar and rip for the day? And like a lot of the East Coast ski resorts, there's multiple day options, but an average just weekday was going to cost you $49, and a weekend is going to cost you $80. There's like twilight sessions, which include night riding, or there's just night riding, or there's just 4-hour sessions. There's a lot of options for the lift prices, but overall I thought the prices were fair, so I gave them a 6 when it comes to lift prices. Now, ease of access, how easy is it to get to Sugar Mountain? And it's about an hour from Johnson City. That's gonna be your biggest city if you're gonna fly in. The drive there is actually super simple. So when it came to ease of access, I gave them a 5. Now, lodging, we're gonna wanna stay somewhere when we get there. They have like ski in, ski out at the top of the mountain, so it's interesting when you have that at the top of the mountain. They also have this crazy hotel. I don't even know if they own the hotel, but there's a ton of lodging around Sugar, and on their website they have a bunch of like a place to book all your lodging and everything like that. And I'm sure they have the super nice condos that you can stay into, the Joe Blow hotel and everything. So I gave them a 5 when it comes to lodging. You will definitely find places to stay when you come to Sugar Mountain. And speaking about staying places, we are traveling to every single resort in the United States. So make sure you guys check out my resort map. It's a map of all the resorts in the US. You can click on all the green ones. It shows you the videos there. If it's green, that means we've been there. You can check out the video at that resort. If it's red, it means we're coming your way, and we have over 51 new ski resorts we're trying to ride this season alone. But the goal to ride over 467 ski resorts is a pretty gnarly one. We're really excited for our goal to ride every resort. So please check out the resort map, and also it's a great way to plan your trips. If you have a trip and you want to come to Colorado, check out the resort map. You can see what resorts are close. It also tells you which resorts are in the Epic. And also we have all the resort reviews linked in a row on the resort map. Check it out. Now, chairlifts, we're gonna need to get up the mountain and rip, and they actually have a pretty impressive chairlift that covers all 1,200 vertical feet. But they have 7 chairlifts there, 2 carpets. A lot of them are the older chairlifts. They did have 1 detachable, and technically they have 1 gondola. We'll get into that in a second. But with all of those lifts, you're definitely getting to where you want to go. So I gave them a 3 when it comes to chairlifts. But why does the chairlifts matter if their runs aren't sick? And they have 22 runs, 15 for night riding, and they're pretty fun runs. We did sneak into the trees a little bit. We showed up on a good snow year. Actually, we got powder on the East Coast, which was pretty sick. As well as they got some like burner runs, some steep runs. You can definitely get some speed there. We did the only black diamond in North Carolina as well. That was a ton of fun. So they definitely have a variety of runs, majority beginner terrain there. So when it came to runs, I gave them a 4. They're definitely fun runs. Now the terrain park, I don't even know where to begin. So the map says they have a terrain park. We saw the sketchiest box, but the park was closed. We showed up like maybe a little early season, but like they definitely had snow and everything. They could have 100% had to park up. So like, it's terrible. I gave them a 1 because it was like what they had to look terrible, but it was also closed. And people said they haven't had the park running in a while, and terrible. Now, once again, we are trying to ride every resort in the United States, and the way we're going to do that is by you guys funding it through our Evolution merch. We have Evolution stickers, the snowboard sticker, and for all the skiers out there, we do have a ski version of the Evolution. We also just dropped a red version of the ski Evolution. For the skiers out there, we never had red available. For the snowboarders, we have so many insane colors and everything like that. So you can snag an Evolution sticker or a hoodie, t-shirt, long sleeve, guys. All the merch is linked in the description, and if you do snag any of the merch, just tag me on my Instagram, and I'll give you guys gear and sticker shout outs. But also just follow the Instagram for bonus extra content and the TikTok, because we're posting a ton of new short form content that you won't find on YouTube on those platforms. So check them out. Now, food. We're gonna get super hungry on the mountain. We're gonna want to eat some stuff, and Sugar did something pretty cool. They have a lodge, like a normal, what you're gonna find at a small ski resort: hot dogs, pretzels, like nachos, chicken tenders, really expensive hamburgers. But on their website, they also had all of the really good food places around Sugar, which was really cool. The nicer end places that you can go eat and stuff like that. So they were suggesting other restaurants for you. So I thought that was really cool. So that got them a 6 when it comes to food. Kind of bumped them up for, you know, recommending some places to eat. Now, employees. Now, this is where people tell me I should do snow conditions. But once again, we went to Sugar and we rode nice, fresh snow, which is like unheard of there. It's supposed to be super icy, I guess, all the time. But you know, the snow follows us, which is really nice. So instead of doing snow conditions, we do employees, because an employee can make or break your trip. I've had an employee give me a horrible day on the mountain. You can check that video out right there at the Keystone incident. And if that happened to one of you guys at the beginning of your trip, it could ruin your whole trip. Or you can have that employee that goes above and beyond, makes your trip, it's super awesome, and that's why we cover employees, because what do we have? And here is something super interesting. I docked a point for it, and this is about the gondola. So they have a detachable 4-chair, and they have one gondola. It's all gold, and it's for the owner of the ski resort to ride. When he comes ride the mountain, they put the gondola on the chairlift, and that's what he rides. That's so weird to me. And he has it like on front display right in front of the lift line. It's his gold gondola. I don't know. Super weird to me. I docked a point for it. It gave me a weird vibe. So yeah, they got a 4 when it comes to employees. That's the owner. The employees are all awesome, but weird vibe for sure. Now, views and scenery. And dude, it is pretty gorgeous out there. I didn't know North Carolina had mountains that big. I was like, dude, these are mountains. Like, this is gonna be sick. 1,200 vertical feet. Like, that's a lot of vertical feet. But they put a building on top of one of the peaks. It looks horrible. It's a big fat building. Like, that definitely docked the points on the views and scenery for sure. So when it comes to views and sceneries, I gave them a 5 for views and sceneries. Still sick views, but that building is like... Now, before we jump into the last category, I hope you guys are enjoying this resort review. If you want to check out other ski resorts or just enjoy it in general, check out the resort review playlist right here. Tons of options, tons of videos. We're almost at 30 of these videos made, which is super sick. So check out the resort review playlist if you're trying to plan a vacation. Now, the last category, the would I go back? Because if I'm not willing to go back, why would I recommend it to you? Even though I'm going to recommend it to you, I gave a 2 on the would I go back. Just nothing really pulling me back to Sugar. Beach, I thought was super sick. I definitely want to go back to beach, but Sugar, it was cool, it was fun, but there was no park. There's nothing, I'm not pulled back to it, you know? We had a good day there. It's one of my most viewed videos on my channel, which is actually kind of mind-blowing. But yeah, I don't feel pulled back to go there. So I give him a 2. Like, if I got the option, it was like there, I'd go back. But I'm not going out of my way to go back. My buddy Chris Andrews out there is the only reason why I'd go back to Sugar. Now, who is this mountain for? I think this mountain is kind of more of the locals mountain. The people in North Carolina / Johnson City is definitely a good resort for them. I think it's more of a skier mountain. Once again, kind of the vibe that I was getting. If you're a skier, I feel like the skiers kind of jive with the mountain a little better. Also, if you have a family of like intermediate, medium level skiers and snowboarders, but mainly skiers, I think this mountain would do really well for you. It felt like a skier mountain. I don't know how to explain that. It's not a bad thing. I'm just a snowboarder that felt like he was at a skier mountain. Now, what is the score out of 100? What did Sugar get? And they got a smash like 41, which is a pretty awesome score for an East Coast resort, a North Carolina ski resort, to hit all the way up to a 41. They almost hit an average ski resort score. Pretty impressive. So if you're in Florida, maybe you don't want to go all the way to Colorado or all the way to the West Coast for a trip, maybe just driving up to North Carolina might be a better option for you, or Alabama. Any of those lower East Coast states, you can just go up to North Carolina, ride a pretty awesome mountain, and have a good time. So I highly enjoyed my trip out to North Carolina. We've covered 3 of the main resorts out there, which is pretty awesome. So with that, Team Buckhouse, thank you so much for reviewing a resort with me today. And as always, thanks for watching. Keep evolving. We'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.